I didn't ask you this the first time we met, but what is your specialty as a lawyer? What do you work with primarily?
Yes. Look, here in Greece, we do not have the specific sections. So when you start studying at the university, then you become a lawyer. Become a lawyer without being, for example, specialized in tax law. After that, you can say, and after your practice, you can say, yes, I like tax law, so I can specialize in tax law. Okay, this is after studying the university. So about me, I have my master's degree in international economics after studying the University of Law. So I think that is my opinion, my mind is that first of all, we have maths, then we have logic, and then we have law. So I think that everything is combining. First of all, we have the maths, then come the logic, my mind, human mind, and then we have law. Without maths, we cannot have law. So what I did during my master's degree is to study statistics, maths, algorithms, everything in order to see how the law is based, where is based the law. So after that, yes, I specialized in tax law, international tax law, and business law. It's what I love, what I research, and also to this make me very useful to the political science as well, because as you can see in the research gate, where I publish my papers, the majority of the scientific papers are based on the political science, not only law, not only economics, not only tax. It is something that combines everything. I try to combine everything, even if it is migration. So you can think that it's something extremely, no. Everything is combined.
Okay. So could you advise people outside of Greece, because you are based in Greece and your jurisdiction primarily apply to Greece? Like, let's say I come to you and say, okay, I want help, I want advice for optimizing the taxes of my business. Is that something you can help me, or you will have to say like, no, I can only help people in Greece?
Look, I can respond that maybe I can give you the 90% of the correct answer, because tax law, international tax law, depends on the jurisdiction. However, the basic law, legal regulations come from the OECD, the Organization for Tax Matters. So regarding the European Union, you can say that, yes, I am eligible to respond to everyone into the European Union regarding the tax matters. However, I cannot be 100% sure about what I'm saying, and for this matter, I'm always collaborating with colleagues from all over the world. But as I said, regarding the basic principles, yes, I can give an answer, a first answer. But this can be cross-checked by another colleague who is residing, for example, in Spain, if we would like to combine Spain and Greece.
Okay. So how do you know these lawyers in other countries? Is it people you met during when you work at your university? How do you have this network?
Yes, it's a 50-50. The first thing that I want to say, yes, always I'm keeping cards and connection with people that I have met during conferences, seminars all over the world that I have traveled. And after that, through collaboration agreements, because I can see from website, from the services, from another client, because I am in contact always with international with global services. So I can see that, for example, Francois is good in the business law in Spain. So why not to collaborate in order to have a very good connection and to provide the best services to the client? Yes, I know the people. We have met several times, if not personally through the camera here, let's say Google Meet, etc., etc., in order to see who is this colleague. If we have to be serious in our job, then we have to be serious about each other and the operations of the law firms accordingly, right?
Okay. Okay. So then that would be, if you were looking to expand that network, you probably would go on LinkedIn, internet, to find other lawyers to connect with, to be like, hey, so I have this guy in France. Can you confirm that what I have advised them is good?
Yes, somehow like this. But look, the complexity of our work is that we have studied 4 or 5 years, according to each country, in order to provide correct answers. However, those answers has to be paid. This is something else. This is another section that should be communicated to people. Because people, can call us here in the law firm or the mobile phone, say, okay, Dimitra, I have one question, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I can give you the answer, but this answer is not free of charge. We are not a free of charge organization, let's say, right? So in order to provide you the answer and to be 100% that this answer is correct, and as it is guided by Athens Law Bar Association and any bar association all over the world, we have to charge our responses because we have studied in order to be ready to provide the answers. Yes, I'm not speaking about, what time are you open, the office is open, for example, not about this. I'm speaking about serious questions regarding legal matters, legal cases. And what I want to say regarding the conclusion is, when I'm coming to you, for example, and you are a lawyer in Spain, yes, of course, we have to make a collaboration agreement in order to say, okay, if, for example, a tax case comes up, then we have to split and allocate our task in order to provide the best answer and to be charged accordingly. Only in this way we can have a win-win situation. And of course, the first of all is the client to be satisfied. Only this way.
Of course, because it's kind of your responsibility, your credibility is on the line when you are providing advices. So you better be sure of what you say, especially when it comes to taxes and business law.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely.
Okay, and today, like, how do you find customers? Like, how do people reach out to you? What's the way of you? Is it word to mouth still?
Look, when I began my career, everything comes out of the mouth. So if you were satisfied with Dimitra, let's say, services, then you speak to your friend. Your friend comes to me, etc., etc. This type of advertisement, let's say, is the best, right? Because you know from your beloved person that this is a good lawyer. Okay, you can check it out, of course, and you may be satisfied or not. This is something else. However, during the years, because I have more than 10 years of experience, I can see that the reality nowadays depends on LinkedIn, media, advertisement. However, we have to be serious at the advertisement section, because the Law Bars Association here in Greece prohibit any action regarding advertisement. What this means? Yes, I can say into LinkedIn that I had a legal case in which I won, for example, because this and this and this happened. Only this. Not, for example, okay, my law firm is the best and provides the best answers, blah, blah, blah. This cannot happen. It's prohibited. Why? Because the first thing we learned during the university study is that law depends on the mind. And every single mind is different. So we cannot give the same answer into the one and simple case. You will answer different than me. And maybe you will be better than me, but it's not the right test. We cannot say who has right. This depends on your thoughts during the description of your answer.
Because you cannot market yourself too aggressively. You cannot reach out to customers and be like, hey, do you need a lawyer? This cannot, it's also a bit weird, because usually the way it goes is that it's very sudden for people to need a lawyer. It's not something you anticipate, it's often something you go last minute because you have to answer a stressful situation and, if something came up on you, I'm like, okay, I need to find a lawyer. So do you have like a website and do you work a bit on SEO, branding for your law firm agency? How do you do today?
Exactly. Yes, we have a website which is running through the years. And after that, we publish papers, scientific and journalists. We have also very good collaborations all over the world, from Malta exhibitions also as well, real estate market or maritime market, etc., or tax conference. Right now, I have to say that I'm glad to say that in the next 1.5 months, on the 26th of March, will be the only female presenter of the Adam Global Conference. And I wish to explain my position regarding the female professionalism regarding law. So I think that we have to make and take any initiatives in order to see that, and for the people to see that lawyer is not only charged, it's not only charge of fees. We are people and we have something very serious to take it as a final resort. What I mean is that by myself and my law office, we present quality. What I mean is that we made a lot of initiatives for example, to help organizations here in Greece in order to provide something useful to people. Also, my first and the I cannot discuss about this, and it is my principle, let's say, is that we cannot take any case regarding judicial foreclosures. This is
What does that
something.
mean?
For example, if someone like me, I am client and took a mortgage that I cannot pay, then the bank will take my house, for example.
Yeah.
This process can be done also by lawyers. Okay? Yes, but my principle here in the law firm is that we cannot represent and we cannot undertake the part of the bank in this case. Only the person who is against the bank. Because it is something that my heart and my mind say that it is not correct. I think that the government, first of all, has to set up things, because here in Greece we are in very, very difficult position. Every single second we learn that, for example, here the neighbor lost his house. My friend lost his house. My friend closed the bank account. So we are here to help people, not to help the banks. The problem here, of course, are not the banks, okay, but we have to find a solution by governmental ministries, etc., not by the lawyers. And I am very disappointed that many of my colleagues, in order to make money, of course, this is not something that I just don't agree. This is something that I cannot agree with. Many of my colleagues, yes, undertake those cases in order to make money, because yes, of course, yes, this case it brings money, a lot of money. However, as I say, this is my principle, my first and only principle, that we cannot undertake such cases and represent banks or any other organization like this. And I'm very glad to let you know that in two big cases like this, we have won. We have been representing clients who were at the time about 1 month to lose their home, and we won. It was a very difficult situation. However, we showed the court the only truth, and this is understandable.
Because in this example, you take like very relevant example, like the banks usually they have in-house lawyers, you know, that are part of the bank. They work full-time for the bank. There are lawyers full-time for the bank. And these are, when you have a difficult situation like this, where someone is about to lose his house, there are very few chances that he's going to win, because the lawyers of the bank have just like the files against him, the contract, everything is against the guy. So I imagine that there are a lot of lawyers who say like, yeah, I can't help you because you're going to lose anyway. Of course, I know you cannot save everyone. Like some trials are meant to go one way, but nevertheless, have you ever turned down, help for a request of help from someone where you said like, I can't help you, there's nothing to do here?
It's very difficult. I cannot say yes or no, but it depends on the case. When you see I say that and my heart is broken. When you see a big family and this family has 5 children, small children, and they will be in the road, they have nothing else to do. So yes, I am here for you, even if I don't take €1. Yes,
So
because
you would do it for free.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. What to take from these people? But I'm here for them in order to be not only their lawyer, but their friend, their colleague, and everything they need. I will help in any way. For example, I can call a church or any organization which maybe is located near to them. In any way I can, because they are helpless. So lawyer is not only law. Lawyer is a human being who, in my opinion, shall be in order with comply with the reality. The reality is very difficult, very difficult, and we cannot speak only with the millionaires and billionaires all over the world. Of course, they are. We admire them, of course. But yes, the reality, the majority of the possibilities in order to undertake a legal case is a difficult one. So
Is that
we have to be and to stand by those people and to do our best.
and do you learn that at school, like when you are doing the law degree and all stuff? Is that things that teachers are trying to communicate, or is it your own values here that are speaking? Because do lawyers really have sort of are they bound to do what you are doing, or is it your personal choice because it's part of your values?
Let's say it is 30% the university and what the teacher and professor say to you, and the majority of percent is about personality. Because only one example I will say to you. Before some months, we have met a very prestigious lawyer here in order to begin a collaboration. And he told us that, yes, okay, Dimitra, you will undertake more than 100 cases per month. Regarding what I'm saying, okay, regarding foreclosure, regarding mortgages, okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I admire what have you done. I admire your personality, and I wish to collaborate with you. This is why we have lunch together. However, I cannot move on to this collaboration. Anything else? Yes, we can discuss. What I'm saying is that the majority of the percent and the thoughts is about heart and mind to be together and comply with. This is not something, let's say, prohibited, but Dimitra and my law firm cannot agree with. Yes, many times I have responded like this. Yes, this is a very difficult situation. I will do my best, but I cannot promise that we will have a positive result. Yes, this is the struggling truth. But I have to be honest, first of all, not to live in a very pink, let's say, environment, and to for the client to see a stable environment and very honest colleague and very honest lawyer who will say the truth, and to see that this person is here to help him. In order to respond to your question, yes, I think that my career guides me to this thought. Yes, I can be completely at the opposite side. I can be, of course, but it's something that I chose to. I choose to.
And there is this, this popular image of the lawyer who's only looking at the most lucrative case, the one where he knows he's going to take a huge percentage, Is that really just in the TV shows and in the movies, or is it real? Because I wonder if it's that common. How would you rate like the percentage? Would say it's 50-50?
Okay. my response will be will be explained in two scenarios. Okay. The first scenario is that yes, Television programs like Switch or something like that are very famous, but it is not the reality, always speaking about Greek reality. Yes. However, look, for example, if we are here a very small law office, boutique law firm. However, if we speak regarding a big one law firm here in Greece, then the reality will be something else. Speaking from my perspective and regarding my opinion, I think that everybody can choose the route he wants to be in. What I mean is that, yes, of course, I know that if I will undertake, for example, those cases, I will have a lot of money, but I will not sleep okay during night.
You will feel a bit
So
bad.
I have to be in the same time good with myself, with Dimitra, and at the same time doing my best that I can. So I think that yes, in the first scenario, everybody can choose whatever he wants in order to be good to this and to be in the route, in the way he wants to be. He's elected to do so. The second scenario is that, okay, if we want to take and select only the good things that we can see into television programs and to be prestigious and everything, yes, we can do that. Anything is everything, and anything is can happen in this life, right? However, yes, you can you can choose to do that. However, you have to be very realistic and put your faith into the ground and see which is the reality. So you can select to be in the atmosphere, in the pink, let's say, atmosphere in the world, and just be in a marketing place, which is not bad at all, at least nowadays. But at the same time, if you have to be the real meaning of lawyer, then you should react and doing your best during this harsh reality we live. So this is something that you can judge and you can select which route, which way you decide to go.
And around you, the lawyers you've met in your career, would you say that there are as many good lawyers like you doing it for the value of law and as many doing it for chasing money?
So yes, I know many of my colleagues who is doing this for money. Yes, this is the reality. Money is not bad. Perhaps it's the best thing we have nowadays. The way of earning money is the crucial thing here. If you undertake a case in order only to take at the end the money by being good to this, and then won the case, yes, why not? Congratulations. However, there are some other sides of the story which always are hidden, and I cannot speak about this because this is something that I cannot represent. However, yes, many colleagues select to do so and go and discover those hidden cases, which is not very legitimate, let's say, in order for sure to be good at their job. Of course, we cannot discuss about this. Anyone, and I believe that here in Greece, I believe that anyone who has studied university is law always is a good professional. I cannot say anything about this. However, the mind and the thought of what he will do after university is something that we can say, okay, this is something that it is outside of me, outside of my personality, or not. And then you select the way you can drive in. This is what I'm saying. Of course, money is a good thing. And if you deserve, you will take money. Of course, this is what I have to conclude. This is my conclusion. If you deserve money, then you will win, generally speaking, not only on those hidden cases.
Sure. Surely you, as you say, like there are lawyers picking only the case where they know they're gonna make the most money. So yeah, it's as you're saying, like you can choose money. There's nothing wrong with this if at the end you're doing something good. It's just about putting the ethic at I think as a core value for lawyers. Ethics should be ruling all your decision. Because are you doing something good? Are you really bringing? It's very objective. Are you bringing justice, or are you just bringing money into your pocket? Because are you attacking someone defenseless just to get the money out of this trial and win? I'm sure there are many lawyers who will hesitate before turning down an offer where they know for sure they can make money, and what they are doing in the trial is unethical, unfortunately.
Yes.
So
this is reality.
Yeah, no.
Yes, I fully agree with what I 100%.
If we are moving to maybe a different practice of the law, what is something you've discovered once you started your law firm that you didn't know before? Some reality, some secret in the industry?
Secret.
Something that nobody tells you.
This is my motto. Yes, this is my motto, and this is my first speech to the trainee lawyer who began their career here in my law firm. Is anything is possible. So you will do your best into the legitimate and the legal framework, of course, but you shall discover all the possible solution for this case. For example, regarding tax law, we are in full communication with the public authority, public organization, ministries, tax authorities, everything. So I cannot accept that from the first visit, for example, at the tax authority, and you received a negative response to a legal case, then I cannot accept to stop the case. I cannot accept this. This is unacceptable. Why? Because this is something that it is a challenge for me as a lawyer, first of all, because I have to find the specific legal decision, even if it is from the court or from the ministry as well, which explain the specific situation in order to see, here in which we use the term of window. This is a window which is open and discover, let's say, a secret. Yes, this solution, let's say, me as a lawyer shall suggest to the tax authority, to any tax officer, for example, in order for him to see, yes, you have your opinion, but the law says this. Have you ever think about this? Here, I can everything be in written, show them, and yes, many times we have at the end, let's say, won the negotiation with the authorities. So this is my first lesson for the trainee lawyers. Never accept a negative answer from authorities, from the public authorities, even if at the same time you were like, oh my God, what can I do now? No, there's nothing like that. You shall search all the legal provision which shows the reality, and then provide them as a solution to the tax authority, for example, and say, yes, you have this opinion, but look, there is also this. Can you please examine this? And I am sure that the public authority, any organization, etc., will take into consideration, and then everything is changed.
You're saying, like, in your tax expertise, when you have a client coming to you for he wants to contest, a tax settlement he has with the state, you will provide a solution. You will submit it into the trial, And what you are saying is that sometimes the government, like the state answer would be like, no, you can't do that. Well, actually, yes, they can. But first they're trying to prove you wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. Look, this is something like negotiation. So what if you have an image in front of you? We have to sign an agreement. We have to do all the negotiation. And at the end, before the final signature, something happens. So we are talking about negotiation here. Okay, yes, you can have the opinion A, but here I can provide you the solution and my opinion, which is called B. So we have to imagine an A, which is fighting B. Which gonna win? Me as a lawyer can always provide a solution regarding and always representing my client's needs. Always there will be two sides in a coin, right? So we have to pursue and argue why our opinion B is best, is right, not best, right, than the A. And I'm sure if the public authority will listen and see the provision of answers at the same way that they are into the legal framework, but at the same time, yes, I can prove to you that we have proofs in our hand by your ministry, for example, by the governmental organization, for example. Why the court cannot say anything different from this? It is prohibited.
It feels
also tax authorities.
It feels like it's kind of wrong what the government is doing, because they know that what they were stating in terms of you should pay that much tax, they know that it's wrong. Nevertheless, they try to discredit your argumentation as a lawyer because they want to get that money, or what is it behind? What is the reason they're doing that?
Yes, many times this explanation is very frustrating. Why? Because here in law, absolutely. Here in Greece, we have many laws. Regarding also tax law, every single day we have something new. So if you are not fully into the line and study every single legal provision came up from the ministry or from the tax authority, everything, then you lost the game. Yeah. I'm sure about this. So from this perspective, maybe sometimes the organization have stuck into the past and has not, because we are talking with people, right? We are not talking with AI so far. I don't know what it will be in the next few years, but right now we are speaking and arguing before people. So maybe some of those officers have stuck into the past and didn't come up with the new legislation. So it's me here, Dimitra, every single Dimitra, Francois, whoever, who has the right to show, yes, we have this law. This is something new. This is from yesterday. Can you please check on this? So yes, why not?
So sometimes even the judge, or let's say like the person giving the decision for the government, is not aware of their own laws that they just have voted that could discredit their argumentation. Sometimes even the state is not aware of what we're saying. Even the judge is not aware of the latest law.
Look, we are not speaking about judge at the majority of the cases. We are speaking about tax authorities and public authorities. When we came over the judge shall know everything. And he has all the powers in order to be very flexible, at the same time, very crucial, and be very strict to everyone. So before the judge, you have me as lawyer and all the other colleagues have to be very well prepared, because the judge represents law. You have to be not against law, you have to comply with law. So before judge, you have to prove that what you say is the reality. Nothing more, nothing less. If you prove to the judge that what you say is the reality, then this is the secret of being a good lawyer.
There are so many layers now in the tax law. You know, one law might cancel another one, and I'm sure it's true for every other domain than just not only law. You know, one law can cancel another one and then prove you wrong or prove you right. So how do you keep yourself updated on all this? Because I'm sure maybe during even a case, you might reference to another similar case where you see like, hey, this guy for this other case, he won because this law was in practice. So how do you keep yourself updated on all that? What's the procedure for you, as you say, to come to the judge and be fully prepared? Because everyone has to be neutral, you know? Or is it okay if you come to, like, what happens if you come to the judge and you're not aware of something, like, must for sure bring a lot of discredit?
Many times. It's very difficult what you described, and thank you for giving me this time to respond to you. First of all, when I'm hearing my clients say, "Oh my God, Dimitra, I want to tell you that, for example, my friend who may have the similar situation with me, the lawyer of her says that she will do this, and this." So I'm stopping the conversation and say, okay, look, you are a separate and different case. You cannot compare the cases. You will lose the case. So I'm here in order to examine your case, only your case, and nothing else. Okay, this is the first step. The second step is that, yes, it is very difficult, even if it's possible, to know everything at the moment you will go before the judge. It's very difficult, because regarding the tax law as well, as you said, and as I said before, every single day we have something new. So you cannot be 100% ready before the judge. However, we have to study what the previous judicial decision says regarding our case, to keep the good incentives from those decisions, to study what maybe the changes of law come over, then to provide the truth of your arguments, and then, of course, any other documentation you may need. So by all those things, the judge will say the truth, because the judge is the only one who will compare the arguments, compare the documentation, know the truth behind the screen, because we have to investigate people before the judge and everything. So he knows the truth and he can judge very well, believe me, in most cases, the situation. So yes, you can do your best as a lawyer, but believe me, you cannot be 100% sure that regarding the proof you have in your hand, yes, at the same time, you can be as good as you can with what you have in your hand.
How do you do, like, if you go to the trial, you're not aware of something, and then the judge uses it against you? Are you immediately is it immediately lost? You know, how does that work?
No. The first thing you should learn during the expertise in being a lawyer is not to lose your patience, not to lose your rhythm, not to lose your personality. This is the secret. You have to negotiate an argument and argue with people in any position they are, as per their professional. I cannot say to the judge what he will do. However, I will listen very carefully what he has to say to me and why he says that to me. So if I am wrong, yes, I can admit I am wrong. However, I'm here to provide to you what I have in my hand. You will judge if I'm wrong or not. Okay, maybe many times, yes, the judge are not very, they are not very well with me, for example, or with my colleague. This cannot, it must not change the procedure. The procedure is only once, right? And you have to be very good at your professional at this time before the judge, even if it is against you or with you or anything. But this time you have to be yourself, providing the best of your negotiation and argument, and then the truth will be up. I'm sure about this. I'm sure about this. And this is
So,
the challenge, not to lose yourself, not to lose your personality, and to do your best in the difficult reality.
to conclude, like we could say that being a good lawyer is also about, as you say, keeping your personality and not completely like, feel destroyed when something doesn't go in your way. How do you
My
manage that?
in my opinion. Look, work. Even if being with you like here, look, here it is. The first thing I can do when I'm going into the office is to put off my, because work is everything. Work, standing, understanding, and believe me, everything will be fine. Don't lose your personality, because our professional is very difficult. We need very strong stomach. Believe me. So yes, you have to be very strong to your beliefs. Do not be driven by any other emotions, people, cases, difficulties. If you will be and you will remain yourself, then everything will be well. Why? Because your personality is what it is guided by you. You will be the best of the lawyers you know if, first of all, you put your personality, then your work, and then your expertise. After, last but not least, it's your expertise.
I can really feel like there's passion that comes through when you're talking about that, and I think I see what you mean, where keeping your personality but also having this passion for law. Like it's not a job that you just pick out of randomness. Like people going into the law industry and becoming lawyers, that's something you really have to feel inside your heart. So is that something you've always felt, or did it grow stronger as you progressed in the career?
I think that it is something that we learn during my career, and everyone, because when we start something, you are very enthusiastic to do your best, to give all of your mind, your assets, everything. And then you will face one difficulty, 2, 3, 100, and then you learn. You learn that, okay, this is priority. No. This, yes. This, not at all. This, I prefer not to undertake this case, for example, because I cannot sleep at night, or I have problem in my stomach. Okay, then this I can put aside or give to a colleague if you want to. If you find this way of allocating the task and see what is the most important, which is your health and your personality, in order to be well and healthy and stable, then everything is very, very easy. Believe me. And yes, I'm passionate with my professional, because it's something I love to. I want to offer Dimitra, and from myself, I don't know, from my heart. It is very difficult to comply with mind and heart. It's something together very, very difficult. Believe me. I'm not correct. It is only my opinion. My opinion, believe me. Only the image of me.
I love that. I think it's really cool. Thank you so much for talking so openly about your experience as a lawyer. I feel like we have maybe answered 1/3 of the questions I wanted to ask, so that opens the door for a follow-up. But what you said was really interesting, and I learned a lot on how lawyers position themselves, because we tend to only see maybe the jurisdiction, the law, something very strict, very immovable, and you're proving the opposite. So this personality thing you're talking about, the passion, this is like, we are human after all. The law is serving humans, not books or machines. So thank you so much for sharing all this.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the time to respond to your question. I hope you will have the time to speak again in the near future. I'm here for anyone who wishes to ask me anything and to provide feedback. Thank you, Francois, for meeting you. You are very open-minded. I wish all the people all over the world had the same mind with you and the opinions. Yes, we need this, believe me. Not AI, not robot, because yes, okay, they are welcomed, of course. I don't say that, but yes, human beings, we have to be closer to collaborate more closely in order to have a very good environment to live in.